Hey guys, welcome back to another My Team Career Mode video for Cross GT Racing here in F1 2021. Before we begin the video, as always, please do leave a like on the videos, spam the comments, let me know what you think of the videos and also what you want to see on the channel going forward. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the videos that I post on YouTube. I would really appreciate all the support from you guys. Anyway, let's head into the video. So we have just come off the very first race of season 3, a good outing from Cross GT Racing, a 5th place finish for myself and a 7th place finish for Michael Schumacher, our teammate, hopefully for the rest of our career, as we are in the facility now just trying to improve the car as much as we can. We're trying to rush a bunch of our upgrades just because we can. Also upgrading some more facility stuff for the aerodynamics team. So the car is handling pretty well so far in the first race. It was I was pretty happy with it. We are, I would say, probably one of the top cars at the moment. Durability wise, we're well ahead of the rest of the pack, so hopefully that helps us out in the later stages of the season. We'll have to wait and see, but just pretty much just business as usual in the facilities, and free practice as well, pretty much just the same as always, which is good. We need all the resource points we can get because we're going to have to start upgrading to ultimate parts for the aerodynamics department, and then hopefully we can bring another department up to, or another facility up to spec 3. As we take a look at the end of our qualifying run here at Imola, so we had a pretty rough qualifying session. The very first lap we did end up being the best lap we had for most of the session. As we cross the line now, we only improved by 4 tenths. We are trying to qualify on mediums. It is good enough for P9 and Schumacher and P10 on the softs. Less than a tenth of a second between us. And saying that we're less than a second behind Daniel Ricciardo in P1, so we're doing, car's running pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. Schumacher is doing what he always used to do, and that is just ripping it up on the track. So I'm really happy with how the team's going, and be interesting to see what happens in the race.
Welcome once again to the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari. The clue's in the name. This is very much Ferrari home turf, and the locals will be out in force today to support their team in what we hope will be a magnificent spectacle of motorsport. On then to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. A lap of Imola, anti-clockwise of course, unlike most of the Formula 1 circuits, will take our drivers around 3.1 miles of track. 19 turns, 9 right-handers and 10 left. Drivers will need to be precise at the hairpin at turn 7, given the subsequent uphill section. Without a good exit from that corner, they'll lose a lot of time on that stretch. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Hamilton, George Russell and Verstappen, Ocon, the captain, Michael Schumacher and Charles Leclerc.
So there is the starting lineup for round 2 here at Imola. We're going to be doing a 2-stop for this race. I did contemplate doing the 1-stop, going from mediums to hards, but I feel like we could probably do a lot more having the 2 stints on the softs, so we're going to risk it. We're going to go 2-stop, and hopefully the performance of our car allows us to gain some ground in the first stint, or maintain some ground as we're off and away here at round 2, and maybe we can hold on to some track position on the mediums, so that the 2 stints on the softs get us further up the pack. So we take a little bit of contact there from Gasly, I do believe. Which ends up screwing up our line. We go off the track, but we come back, we hold everyone up. We almost run Leclerc off the track, who's also running the mediums at the moment. But now it looks like we've managed to collect ourselves. we're back into a bit of a groove. There's a bit of a gap that's formed between myself and Ricardo, who was actually sitting pole, but obviously a grid penalty meant that he's had to start further back, which is odd for it only being the second round. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but hopefully this is a sign of things to come for the AI with their low durability here in Season 3. We're now 10 laps into the race and nothing's really changed other than Schumacher has dropped the position to Ricardo. But other than that, everything's pretty much just been the same. Everyone's just been sort of following the train, just sort of running the race and not being too aggressive at this stage. As we come in for our first pit stop, a 3-second pit stop, so pretty slow. Not happy with that. And it also doesn't help that the pit lane here at Imola is just so long.
We'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in our strategy.
Alright, so one more stop left. So now we're on to soft. So we did manage to hold on to some track position. We didn't lose too much time on that first stint. So hopefully now that we're on the softs we can start ripping back through the pack, as we see a bunch of other people now starting to come into the pits. By the looks of things, a lot of the AI going on to hards. We make quick work of I don't know how to say that now. I'm going to say Lundgaard in the Williams, and we've now gone from I think we came back out of the pits at in P20. We're now back up into P13, right behind Schumacher, who has come in for a pit stop as well. And it looks like he's doing a one stop. He's now on the hards. So we're going to have the pace on him on these fresh softs. Only one lap old, just enough to warm them up. And we go around the inside, easy as you like. Quick work made of Schumacher there. Of course, in saying that, he also, with the experience that he's got, also probably realised we have the pace and moved out of the way and let us through. As we are coming down the long DRS straight.
That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Claiming ourselves a fastest lap of 1:17.9, and we make pretty easy work of Ocon there with that DRS. Puts us up into P9. We also passed what looks like a couple of guys, or maybe one other AI driver in the pit. So now we're up in the points, and we now have tyre compound advantage over, I'm pretty sure, every single other driver in this race today. So we try to make a move on Ricardo, but he's cutting us off all over the place. Just gonna wait. Just gonna bide our time, because we have a yellow flag.
Ahead of you, there's a yellow flag ahead.
There's an issue up ahead. There's a car stop. There's a car pulling off the side, and as Ricardo has us breathing down his neck, he also sees his McLaren teammate Lando Norris having to pull off the track and retire due to some sort of mechanical issue. So Ricardo's day, not only having to start with a grid penalty after he had pole position, he now has to see his teammate retire in front of him, and he just sees the back of the Cross GT racing car as it goes flying past him. We're now up into P6. So it hasn't taken us long, only a few laps, and we've gone from being almost right at the very back to being up fighting with the top guys. Russell up here in his Alpine in P5. We're going to attempt to make work of him, but he's going to have DRS on Verstappen. So this could be a little bit dicey, but we do have the pace. We have soft compound tyres. We've got ERS enabled. We're going to try and go on the outside, and we do eventually get through there. It was a little bit messy. We managed to get the job done, and now the hunt is on to try and take that 4th position from Verstappen. It's going to be might be a little bit tough with him in that Red Bull, but we do have some pace on at the moment. Try and get close and get that slipstream. But he's just keeping ahead of us just enough to to keep us at arm's length. A little bit of a slide there. We're not falling too far behind. We do manage to catch back up, but he's just got that little bit of pace that's keeping him out of reach. Now back onto the main straight, DRS enabled, ERS as well, and we've got blistering speed. Easy as you like, straight past them. We've got plenty of time to hit the brakes and get around these corners very smartly. And now we are almost a second ahead of Verstappen. So good run there. We're now
approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
okay, so we're going to have to make a pit stop soon. Another fastest lap, and now we are following along behind Perez and Hamilton, who are both fighting each other up here. They're slowing each other down. This is only going to be good for us. We're now right up alongside Hamilton. On the inside of the corner, he's still following alongside. We managed to get him. We go onto the gravel a little bit, but now P3, we're now up in the podium. After being back in P20, after making a stop on those mediums to go into soft, so this two-stop strategy might end up working out quite well for us, as we almost make contact with Perez there. But the experience of Perez and the quick reactions of myself managed to keep us from tangling up and causing quite a mess. P2 now, but Bottas 5.5 seconds ahead. He's just running away with this at the moment. And we're trying to catch up, but a couple of laps later, and we still haven't really gained any ground on him. And we are going to have to make a stop, as these tyres are starting to wear out a little bit, and we do need to get onto a fresh set of softs. Now, while we've got a chance to come back out in a good position, 2.4 seconds for that pit stop this time, so a lot happier with that one. And it looks like we're going to be coming out in P10, so we go into the pits for our final stop. We come back out in the points. Schumacher also up in the points in P9, but there's quite a big gap between him and Sainz. He's 6 seconds ahead of me, and then Sainz is another few seconds ahead of Schumacher. It does take us a couple of laps, as we see Lance Stroll has to retire. There's a mechanical issue with his car, so he is out of this race. Another fastest lap, DRS, Schumacher, he doesn't really give us a lot of room there. We tapped the wall, but luckily it was just our wheel. No damage to the body of the car. But yeah, I suppose we didn't really have a move there. We were quite a bit back. There was a bit of a late dive from us along the inside there, but that could have been nasty. But we did manage to get the job done. It's another few laps later now. We've just managed to catch up to Sainz and Leclerc, the two Ferraris. We make quick work of Sainz. But we've got too much speed. He's on the inside, and we almost end up colliding with him when we come back onto the track. We're all over the place. That was some pretty reckless driving on my part, but luckily no one took any damage there, and we do manage to claim that spot. Leclerc is proving to be a little bit more difficult. It's taken us a little while to try and catch back up to him, but we do have a good run on him here, up over this crest. We go around the outside, and he relinquishes that position to us.
Good job.
P7 now. We've got 6 more competitors in front of us if we want to try and get up into to win this race, but with only a few laps left, I'm not really sure if we're going to be able to do it. The hards would have been wearing down a bit, but it's still quite a mountain to climb, although we have managed to catch right up to Ricciardo, so we are making really good time as we come down the start finish straight, the DRS straight. 3 laps left in this race. We make easy work of Ricciardo there, duck back in front, plenty of time to hit the brakes, take those corners expertly. P6 now. Bottas now ahead of us in P5. He has dropped back. I'm assuming probably a pit stop issue. Well, not so much an issue, but pit stop probably slowed him down a bit. We have a yellow flag now after we just got our
Creating some breathing space between
fastest
you and
lap,
the
a
car behind you,
1:16.
per lap.
And it looks like Bottas has had a spin
Okay, clear.
and he's come off the track. So that's a free position for us. And now we're in the top 5. Now we're in the serious points. We'll do a 5.5 second gap to Russell now, and there are some back markers in between him and myself. So it is going to make things a little bit tougher, but we'll see if we can catch up as we brake very late heading into the second to last corner. We hit onto the gravel. Can we bring it back? No, we can't. We go off the track. We hit the wall, but luckily no damage. And that has caused massive problems, and we've spun again. We need to get back on the track now. We've already lost 3 positions as Bottas now flies past us. Just got to ease into it. Oh, Zhou goes past, and we almost collect our teammate there. That could have been catastrophic for the team.
Final lap of the race.
Oh, we had that spin. We were up in P5. We were hunting down Russell for P4, but that spin has caused us...
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Oh, that spin right at the end has cost us a major points haul here in this race today at Imola.
It's a performance that our Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix winners can be justifiably proud of, and I'm sure there'll be celebrations tonight. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
I think a large part of the result comes down to temperament. They were able to keep their heads when everyone around them was losing theirs, and that's allowed them to get the best out of the car, to maximise the strategy, and to stay out of trouble.
Here come today's winners. The team at Red Bull have done a phenomenal job recently. It's clear to see that they've put in the work, and they should be proud of the victory they secured here.
Oh, we were 1 lap away from getting up into the top 5 again. Second race of the season. 2 top 5 finishes. But one mistake right at the end of lap 31 cost us 5 positions, and we drop all the way back to P10. We do still have the fastest lap, so we do claim an extra point there. So a couple of points between a piece for myself and my teammate. Sergio Perez picking up the victory for Red Bull, Hamilton second, and Verstappen third. That puts Perez now at the top of the point standing, ahead of the 2 Mercedes drivers. We've dropped down to P6 now, 3 points behind Leclerc. Schumacher has dropped down to P9, but we're still both in the top 10, so I'm still happy with that. Just one small mistake, driver error, caused that mistake right at the end. So the car is still doing really well. We have dropped down now to P4 in the constructors, but only by 1 point behind Ferrari. So it's not a massive loss. Red Bull have jumped up now 8 points ahead of Mercedes. Now Red Bull are the top of the driver standings and constructor standings. That's going to make for a pretty interesting battle in the next race, as I do believe we're heading to Spain for round 3, I think, or Portugal, I think. One of the two. But yeah, so it was a pretty good outing for the team. We did race really well. Just that one mistake right at the end that cost us those points, which is frustrating, disappointing, but it is what it is. The car's still really good, so I've got a lot of faith that we'll be able to do really well moving forward. But yeah, just that mistake I made right at the end that cost us. So that brings us to the end of race weekend here at Imola, here at round 2 of season 3. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Also let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want to see me play, or any other content you want to see moving forward. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me to grow the channel. And yeah, hopefully we do better in the next race. Hopefully we get we don't have a big mistake like we made, we can get some more points. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate your ongoing support, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.